An article published on the 4th of July 2021 on Zero Hedge called The Long and Winding Multipolar Road says the defining multipolarity roadmap has been sketched in an essay by Russia's foreign minister, and that a polycentric, which is the same thing as multipolar world order, implies the necessary reform of the UN Security Council, strengthening it with Asian, African, and Latin American countries. For example, Venezuela, who according to an article published on July the 9th, has gained a right to international political identity, which is a crucial factor enabling Venezuela to join in the building of a true multipolar world, or, to be more precise, a polycentric world order, as opposed to a unipolar world order, and within that is the meaning of nation shall rise against nation, as Christ foretold us of in Matthew 24, Mark 13, and Luke 21. The Kenite nation rising up against itself in the form of the two warring factions of globalists, those who want a multipolar world order as opposed to those who want a unipolar world order, and this is what will eventually cause the breaking of the great horn of the he-goat of Daniel chapter 8 verse 8, the he-goat being symbolic of the shadow government of the Kenites, and the great horn thereof is the United Nations, in my opinion. And once it's broken, so to speak, the he-goat of Daniel chapter 8 becomes the leopard of Daniel chapter 7 at the woe of the fifth trumpet, when Satan and his angels get cast from heaven to earth, and the so-called New World Order emerges, having 7 heads, which are 7 mountains, meaning the 7 continents of the planet Earth, and 10 horns, which are symbolic of 10 fallen angel kings that will reign 1 hour with Satan, meaning throughout the entire hour of temptation, which was 7 years but is now 5 months, and it's in the midst of that 5-month period, just after the so-called New World Order gets wounded to death, that Satan appears as the Antichrist in Jerusalem, the mark of the beast coming into being at that time, which is the deception that Jesus has returned, when it'll really be that old serpent called the devil and Satan, having 2 horns like a lamb, as it's written in Revelation chapter 13 verse 11, but he'll speak as a dragon, because he is the dragon, who will appear as the false Christ, called also the false prophet, as well as the Antichrist, which means instead of Christ it's 666, the 6th seal, the 6th trumpet, and the 6th vial. The true Christ won't return at all until 777, which is the 7th trumpet, the 7th vial, and immediately after that half an hour written of in the 7th seal, which is the latter half of the 5-month-long hour of temptation. And as the true Christ says in the last verse of Mark chapter 13, what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch.